I'm Alessandra Barrett, Senior Content Editor for JOC. I'm at our Inland Distribution Conference in Memphis, and I'm speaking with Brian Friesen, Manager of Marketing for the Port of Prince Rupert. Thanks for joining me today, Brian.
Thanks, Alessandra.
For those who may be unfamiliar with the port, can you give me just a quick overview?
You bet. So Prince Rupert is located about 500 miles northwest of Vancouver, BC, and that northern location means that we're actually the closest North American port to Asia. So that saves anywhere from 1 to 3 days on the marine transit time. All of our weekly services are first port of call to further strengthen that transit time advantage. And Prince Rupert is a small town, so there is no local market for containers. So the concept of Prince Rupert is to quickly and efficiently move containers from vessels to rail cars to inland destinations. So that really gives the terminal something to focus on, something to do very, very well. We don't have a lot of congestion in Prince Rupert. We also have just the one rail line, one terminal operator, so there's a very, very close working relationship with the Port of Prince Rupert, with the terminal operator, DP World, and with our railroad partner, CN Rail.
So we're here at Inland Distribution. Can you talk a little bit about the inland business for the port?
Because there's no local market in Prince Rupert for containers, inland distribution is huge. We're very much a pure gateway model. So we rely heavily on the efficiencies at inland terminals. So for example, CN Rail has an extensive market reach into central Canada, the US Midwest, parts of the US Southeast. We're here in Memphis where just over 20% of our import containers transit. So inland distribution is critical for us. You know, it came up in one of the sessions yesterday, the importance of import and export balance. And that is where we see inland terminals playing a very, very crucial role. So CN has some pretty unique relationships and investments, particularly in the US Midwest, where they're looking for large import customers and or markets, but you know, those that also have large export opportunities. So that import-export question, it's always a matter of, you know, the exports aren't where the imports, you know, are going. So what they've done is they've found examples like Chippewa Falls, Decatur, Arcadia, where there are large import customers, but also in close proximity to a lot of the agricultural exporters. So that's key, and so that's a big part of CN's philosophy, and it really, really supports the Port of Prince Rupert in achieving that export balance, that match back, which ultimately leads to profitability of service for the marine carriers.
What about the expansion that you have underway? Where are you in that?
Well, yeah, so the expansion, next year Prince Rupert will be celebrating its 10th year anniversary for Fairview Container Terminal. We've experienced a lot of growth over that period of time. And the expansion started in earnest a couple of years ago. We just hit an important milestone in that project. We're 75% complete. So the expansion is going very, very well. It's expected to be online and operational in Q3 2017. We will be adding a second berth, so we'll have an 800-meter berth face. 3 new dock gantry cranes, the largest dock gantry cranes in the world. They'll be 50 feet taller than the existing cranes on the terminal. They'll have a reach of 25 wide, so we'll be able to accommodate 18,000 TEU vessels. There'll be a densification of the on-dock rail at the terminal, moving to an RTG operation, and also significantly increased terminal footprint for container storage. So the project will add about 500,000 TEUs of capacity. So we'll be at about in excess of 1.35 million TEUs by next summer. And we're very, very excited to celebrate 10 years and to bring on that additional capacity that so many shippers and carriers are looking for.
Now, the carrier situation is, it's a bit of an upset. Now, how are you expecting that to impact your business?
Right, yeah, well obviously the shipping sector is undergoing a period of rapid change, of historically low freight rates. So I think everybody can agree that you know, freight rates need to increase in order to make some of these lines profitable. We've also seen consolidation, come quite quickly. In the last 18 months in particular, we're going to be in an environment where there are fewer carriers. Combine that with bigger vessels, and ultimately you're going to be in a situation where there are bigger vessels and calling on fewer terminals. So what does that mean for Prince Rupert? Well, for IPI cargo, Prince Rupert offers the best product on the West Coast, particularly for containers transiting to the U.S. Midwest. And so in a very competitive environment on the West Coast, fewer carriers, we feel that we have such a good product that Prince Rupert will stand to benefit as carriers are perhaps a little bit more choosy about which ports, which terminals to call. We really stand by our product and think the future is bright in Prince Rupert.
Great. Well, thanks for taking time from the conference.
Thanks, Alessandra.
I've been speaking with Brian Friesen, Marketing Manager for the Port of Prince Rupert.